what inspires me the most is working with the kids and having that classroom time. I get to kind of stand back and watch the whole thing unfold, so that's probably the most rewarding thing. The biggest challenge I'm facing right now in South Florida is trying to grow my business, trying to increase my enrollment, increase my space, and trying to figure out what's the best way to do that. What's keeping me up at night, among many other things, is trying to decide where I am best utilized in my business. Am I more valuable in the classroom because I know how I want the curriculum taught and I know how I want to relate to the kids? Am I more valuable out of the classroom, mingling with my clients, doing that FaceTime? Am I more valuable in the office, doing books and all that other fun stuff? That's what's keeping me up at night. The best advice Misty has given me, actually she gave me quite recently when I had an issue with an ex-client opening up a competing business very close to me, and kind of a stereotypical drama dance mom situation going on in my business. And her advice to me was, do what you do and do it better than anybody else. So what I took away from that was, don't waste any energy trying to keep up with the Joneses or recreate what a competitor is doing, and just kind of keep my eye on the prize and focus on what my product is and do that as best as I possibly can. I think the biggest advantage to belonging to any group, but particularly this group, is the idea of shared resources, being able to share what works in my region of the country and in my personal business with owners from other regions with maybe similar. It always surprises me how similar all of our problems are, even though we come from very different places and our studios are very different. And I think just that opportunity to network with people whose lives are exactly like mine, share things that have worked for me, be able to ask them, can you help me with what's not working for me? Just that idea of belonging to a community, and especially of people who are in it for the same reasons that I'm in it. I think a lot of people own dance studios for very different reasons than I own mine. So the idea of having that shared kind of ideology is very attractive to me. I was very attracted when I first met Misty, and I'm still very interested in the idea of teacher incentives and creating motivation financially, community involvement-wise, schedule flexibility, finding those buttons that work for each one of my teachers and creating incentives for them, because I think that's one of the largest problems that I face, and probably a lot of other owners, would be finding great teachers and retaining them. If I could give advice to a new studio owner about running their business, it would be to be patient and be willing to wait for results. I think that it's very exciting in those first years, and you're full of motivation and you just want it to happen right away, and there's really no substitute for time. It takes time to build relationships with your clients, get word of mouth out, build relationships with your kids, figure out really what you want. It took me 9 years to even figure out what direction I wanted my studio to go in. So I think your vision for your studio isn't always the same in the first year as it is in the 10th year. So my advice would be patient and just let it happen. It'll happen.